They say that if you don't learn the easy way, life makes sure you learn the hard way. And the lesson Isaac Royal Storm Dogboe received from Emanuel El Vaquero Navarrete was an epic punishment, an absolute beating of humility and Mexican boxing. This was not a fight, it was a public execution for arrogance. Welcome back to your favorite channel to relive the greatest boxing fights. Get comfortable, and I hope you have your favorite snack nearby, because next, you're about to witness one of the most incredible fights of 2018. To understand the magnitude of the rematch between Navarrete and Dogboe, it's crucial to travel back to their first battle. It was December 2018. Dogboe arrived as the WBO Super Bantamweight World Champion with an almost perfect record of 20 wins and 0 losses. He was a rising star, a national hero in Ghana. Navarrete, with 25 wins and 1 loss, was the challenger many saw as just another stepping stone for the Ghanaian. Dogboe's mistake was unforgivable. He underestimated Navarrete, and not only that, he publicly humiliated him. The key word was Nejo. In the Yu language of Ghana, Nejo means to remove all obstacles. Dogboe used it as a mockery, as a prophecy that Navarrete would be nothing more than an easy nuisance to be swept aside. But the Vaquero is synonymous with hard work and heart. In that first fight, Navarrete tore him apart, made him eat his own words, and took the title by unanimous decision, leaving the boxing world in shock. The undefeated record had been broken.
And throws a right uppercut. Sweeping left hand, another body shot comes in. Then Navarrete, what he discussed with us yesterday, visualizing that some of the common sense of boxing.
Choosing to fight himself up to be hit with a right hand. Our situation.
Oh! Glimmer of hope from the champion in the middle rounds. But since then, look what the
about is thinking about Dogboe's future right now. He's a young guy.
Of Isaac Dogboe. And now
Prove the first fight was no accident.
And Dogboe
Context of the rematch. Dogboe, wounded in his pride, demanded this rematch immediately in May 2019. His attitude was one of stubbornness. He felt that the first loss had been an accident caused by overconfidence. Despite being the champion, Navarrete remained calm. At the weigh-in, while Dogboe stepped on the scale with an arrogant attitude, the Vaquero showed a gesture of humility, holding a happy birthday message for his manager, a clear display of his mindset. The Ghanaian's stubbornness was dangerous, but the Mexican's serenity was his secret weapon. He didn't need to insult, his fists were going to do the talking. The epic battle, round by round, round 1. The opening bell echoed through the arena. The tension was razor sharp. Dogboe came out with a caution that wasn't natural to him, trying to correct the mistakes of the first fight, moving backward. But Navarrete was not there to speculate. From the very first second, he unleashed a relentless barrage of punches without restraint. The question hanging in the air was, where was Nejo now? The Mexican champion was looking for an even bigger bloodbath. His punches landed with alarming frequency. Although Dogboe tried to stay away from the famous right hand, Navarrete's pressure and footwork in the ring were already setting the tone. The round ended with Navarrete controlling the center and dictating the pace.
Dogboe, he's trying to come in.
He's blocked the majority of those punches so far from that got in.
Good left hand to the body from Dogboe, and he weight title, made 1 defense. Hands out, the biggest fighter and the biggest win of his career. That's a slip.
Against Hidenori Otake. I mean, he easily.
To the left of us, that's Isaac Dogboe's father and trainer Paul. Goes back to the left hand with the hook, crouching and getting even lower, trying to get inside on Navarrete.
Round 2. The Vaquero's suffocating storm. The Vaquero kept pressing forward at a hellish pace. Navarrete's punch volume was his strategy, an unorthodox style, but terrifyingly effective, smothering Dogboe. Every time the Ghanaian tried to take the initiative, the Mexican had already thrown 2 or 3 more punches. It was constant punishment, steadily draining the challenger's stamina with body shots and piercing jabs. Navarrete showed greater speed and agility. The scorecards didn't lie. The champion held the advantage, but Dogboe, with his experience, stayed in the fight, searching for that lucky punch that could change the night.
Trying to negate that 7.5 inch.
They stay a little closer to him.
Side, but he's coming straight at him.
Yeah.
Good counter, couple left hands.
Alarming to me in the meetings when we asked Dogboe, how are you going to do it? He kept saying, just fitness. I need to have my legs there. Legs looked a little wobbly right there. And again.
Big left hand from Navarrete.
Round 3. Unexpected precision. In the third round, Navarrete's precision became even more evident. He landed clean, powerful shots to the body that made Dogboe recoil. The Vaquero is famous for a style that lacks classical technique, yet makes up for it with a warrior's heart, unexpected angles, and undeniable power. In this round, Navarrete found his rhythm, fully adapting to his opponent's defensive strategy. The champion was silencing anyone who still doubted his dominance. This is a complete beating. His rival can do nothing but slip away and try to evade.
Navarrete pulls off.
Navarrete with the uppercut. Dogboe on the ropes. Navarrete with the uppercut goes to the body. Another combination. A counter punch with the right from
Navarrete is punching. He's going under, he's coming over.
Round 4. The unbreakable wall. Dogboe tried to adjust his guard, desperately searching for an opening, but the Vaquero was impenetrable. Navarrete's defense, built on constant movement and relentless rhythm, frustrated every advance by the Ghanaian. Navarrete was an unbreakable wall, a moving storm aimed straight at his opponent's face. The uppercuts coming out of nowhere were particularly devastating, leaving Dogboe gasping for air. The Mexican had refined his defensive and counterpunching technique, proving that his first victory was no fluke. It looked as if he was deliberately stretching out the punishment. He wanted Dogboe to feel it, to never again think about facing him. The difference in level between them was glaring. This was total humiliation.
with the left. Dogboe trying underneath it. Dogboe caught in the corner. And he here in the fourth round. Upper Navarrete. Dogboe just curling and taking.
Rubbing that nose, I wonder if he's broke.
Another left to that nose that might be broke with Dogboe.
Navarrete's doing, he's giving different angles.
An absolute domination by Navarrete. And we don't know.
Round 5. Desperation and fire in his arms. Dogboe's face was already beginning to show the damage. The signs of fatigue and desperation were painfully evident. Navarrete smelled blood and didn't hesitate. He cranked the pace up even more. It seemed as if there was fire in his arms, swinging sledgehammers instead of fists. Every impact was a statement, bottled up rage, brutally punishing the man who dared to underestimate him for a second time. Any other fighter would have rushed in to hunt for the knockout immediately, but Navarrete was smart. He was comfortable dishing out punishment, securing the fight, and slowly breaking the challenger's spirit. Still, the thirst for revenge hung in the air, and that is always a double-edged sword. What's more, he seemed to be enjoying it. He wasn't in a hurry to land the final blow and pad his knockout numbers. He had found a boxer who talked too much, and humiliating him once wasn't enough. This was the second time.
Here, nothing's got his mouth shut.
Very cool.
Dogboe with a little momentum to the body. Overhand right. Left hook to the... Here in the fifth.
His punch output has lowered significantly, and it's enabled Isaac to have...
Round 6. The Laur hellish pace that shows no mercy. Navarrete kept up a hellish pace. Dogboe could barely breathe. His defense completely collapsed. It was clear that the Vaquero was not going to show mercy this time. He was looking for the definitive statement, the knockout that would bury the Ghanaian's arrogance forever. Dogboe's promise of an easy fight was turning into his worst personal nightmare. Despite the decisive punishment, Dogboe remained on his feet, searching for a miraculous counterpunch, but there was little faith left in his chances.
Just standing in the middle of the ring. Going away, hits with the right, now two left.
Is that one in the movie? Right into that left foot. Just like that. I set it up with the right hand first.
And then
He's giving Navarrete problems. That's why his dad wanted to move his feet.
a straight right from Navarrete, and that is a not-letting. Dogboe in the corner, hit with another left hook, an overhand right, a left uppercut to the body. Navarrete.
He's a little sloppy with these punches, Navarrete, as these...
Rounds 7 and 8. total imbalance. The punishment continued without respite. Navarrete's aggression never stopped. Dogboe moved with difficulty, his legs were shaky, and the champion landed with astonishing ease. What had happened to the bravado from the interviews? That royal storm seemed to have vanished. The fight was completely one-sided. Navarrete maintained almost the same energy he had at the start, while Dogboe wore a defeated look. His arms felt heavy and his movements were slow. By the 8th round, Dogboe's face was completely disfigured. It spoke of exhaustion, extreme punishment, and absolute desperation. Most shocking of all, there were still 4 rounds to go. Many in the Ghanaian's corner must have already considered throwing in the towel, but Dogboe, driven by pride or hope, kept getting back to his feet.
Oh, huge right hand. Dogboe getting a little wild, comes to get his body right. Yes, so far in the 8th round, Navarrete, the bigger, more collected. Nice overhand right and a left hook from Dogboe. Now overhand right lands for Navarrete.
I'm guessing he takes a little bit of that
Spoke too soon.
Rounds 9 and 10. The lesson in humility. Navarrete kept the pressure on without showing the slightest sign of fatigue. Dogboe, for his part, was only trying to survive. The Vaquero was giving him a lesson in humility he would never forget. His combinations were relentless. The champion's promise hung in the air. Before the end of round 11, "I'm going to finish you." The end was very near. The Vaquero's victory was already in the bag, whether by decision or an imminent knockout. The crowd knew it and roared his name. Round 11. The promise fulfilled, and the TKO, Navarrete's fury, was unleashed to keep his word. He fired a brutal combination that sent Dogboe to the canvas for the 3rd time in the fight. Although the Ghanaian rose on instinct, his condition was terminal. Navarrete trapped him mercilessly, landing a crushing left hook, a straight right, and a vicious uppercut to the body. A clean, thudding right cross landed. Dogboe's condition was critical. The referee and his own team had no other choice. Witnessing the massacre, they stopped the fight.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think he still did make it.
Wildly, overhand left to go in the final round of a dominating performance by Emanuel Navarrete.
hurt his right hand.
Now Dogboe held up by the ropes.
Taking it out right now. Fortunately for him, there's 1 minute left in this fight.
And Dogboe's corner.
As if it had all been part of the plan, Navarrete defeated Dogboe at the end of round 11. And it wasn't just by knockout, but by his opponent's own corner throwing in the towel. For the 2nd time, the Mexican claimed victory with even greater ease. The Nejo, the Ghanaian spoke of so often, simply disappeared. Navarrete didn't just remove the obstacle, he pulverized it, delivering a masterclass that proved humility and heart overcome arrogance. Emanuel El Vaquero. Navarrete cemented himself not only as a champion, but as a dominant, unstoppable force in world boxing, ready for the next great challenge. Remember, if you want to see more videos like this, subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss our best fights. See you next time.